Hello, in this short video, I'll show you how to use Padlet within Brightspace. Now, Padlet is fully integrated with Brightspace, which means you can add Padlets to your content area and also connect them to the gradebook as assessments. So how to do it? I'm in my content area and I created a unit called Welcome to the Course. From there, I'm going to click on Add Existing and then select More. From the drop-down menu of options, I'll scroll under Third Party and find Padlet. This will open the Padlet dashboard within Brightspace. So this is what it looks like, and it is automatically connected to my Padlet account with George Brown. I can also choose to open Dashboard, and that will take me outside of Brightspace and open Padlet on a separate tab in my computer. I also have the option to make a new Padlet. And again, this will take me outside of Brightspace and take me to the page where I can select the type of board I want to create. Let's say a timeline. And it will give my Padlet a random fun name, but I can change it to the topic of my activity and, of course, customize it to my class. So let's call this a timeline of educational technology. Educational technology, there we go, and select the timeline option. So here we have it. Now going back to Brightspace, the first option is to create a gradebook entry. So you can use this Padlet as a formal assessment, either formative or summative, and it will keep track of students' submissions, and then you can provide feedback privately and also assign grades to students' work. The other option is to create a copy for each user, and that means that your Padlet becomes a template, and every time a student accesses the Padlet within Brightspace, it creates a copy for that student. And this can be used for individual projects or portfolios. And then I can select a Padlet from the ones I already created. For example, the timeline of educational technology that I created a minute ago, or any other from my account. And I can also use the search bar to find the Padlet that I need. Let's select this one here called What Do You Know About Educational Technology? So once I select that, it will add the Padlet to my course and create a new item within that unit. So here it is. What do you know about educational technology? Here's the title. The evaluation criteria, it's out of 100 points by default, but you can always change that. My Padlet now appears here embedded on the page. And if I continue to scroll down, I see a completion summary where I can find the names of the learners who have already completed the work and see their submissions. And it can also take me to the gradebook. This is a course that doesn't have students, is a development shell. So I wouldn't be able to show you the grades of students here, but I'll show you that it creates an item on your gradebook. Here at the bottom, we see, what do you know about educational technology? It's an external learning tool, and it's out of 100 points. And of course, by clicking on the item, you can change the title. Let's say, let's call this educational technology. Prior knowledge. And then you can change the points as well. Let's say it's 50 points instead. Okay, so go back to my content area and back to my Padlet. Students can add posts and add their work directly from Brightspace. They don't have to leave Brightspace by clicking on Post here on the top, on the bottom right of my Padlet board. But if they want more space, they can always click on this little icon on the top right corner of Padlet, and that will open Padlet on a separate tab. And let's add a post as an example. Let's say that I'm going to title it Educational Technology, and then say it supports educators and learners achieve learning outcomes and engage with course content and activities, for example. So I publish my work, and in this case, it's me. But if I want to see my students' work and give grades, I can click here on the three dots and scroll down to the option Gradebook. Here I can change the maximum score. I changed it in Brightspace, so I want to make it out of 50. I can choose how the grade will be calculated, either as an average score or as the highest score. And by default, it is synced to the gradebook. And once you add grades here, so I have the post of my students, and you would see your students are all listed here, and you can see the individual work of each student. You can give student a mark and also feedback, which is private. And then the next step would be to select update and then submit, which would send grades into the gradebook and also give you a timestamp of when this was done the last time. So today at 9:47 a.m. Additionally, you can give your students public comments that the whole class sees, and other students in the class can do that as well. And you can do that either through text, using emojis, also audio or video. And then you can also have a reaction for the post. So Padlet becomes a place where students share their work, collaborate with each other, collect resources, but it can also be used for assessments that then are graded and the grades are sent into the gradebook. So that's how Padlet is now integrated with Brightspace. If you're new to Padlet, please reach out to the TLX or the educational technology team for an appointment or a chat if you'd like to learn more about how to use Padlet to engage learners, to share content and knowledge, and to give them new avenues for participation and creativity. Thank you for watching.